This conference will now be recorded.
Hello, good morning, and welcome to the 6th webinar organized by Galactica Project. Today, Mr. Fernando Conesa will explain how to convert bright ideas into business and the role to the creation methodologies and open innovation experiences. Before we start this webinar, some housekeeping rules. This webinar will be recorded, and please turn off your cameras and keep your mics muted to avoid background noises. After the end of the presentation, we will have a Q&A slot, so you can place your questions through the chat, and at the end of the presentation, we will answer them. We will start with a brief overview of Galactica Project. The starting point is to join the textile sector with the aerospace sector and advanced manufacturing. It seems that these sectors are not related at first, but they face similar characteristics and challenges as they need to incorporate advanced manufacturing technologies for digitalization and bringing in industrial intelligence system into productive environment. Both sectors are also facing continuous challenges in the sustainability aspects from design in order to reduce the overall environment footprints of the different products. With this project, we think we can find good opportunities that enable the development of many value chains, and also to discover new market opportunities, and combining both sectors using advanced manufacturing as enable can lead to flourishment of new value chains, including the smartations of airplanes using smart textiles, integration of intelligent systems in aerospace, or development of highly customizable components. The partners of Galactica Project are 3 textile clusters: AI Textiles in Tarrasa, Next Technology in Italy, and Ateval in the Valencian region in Spain. 3 aerospace clusters: Coralia, Saralde, and CTA. 2 advanced manufacturing clusters: Productec and IMSI2. An investor ecosystem, IVAN, and a startup ecosystem and incubator, Science Park GRASS. You can follow all the information of Galactica through our social media and through our project website. To achieve the objectives and the cross collaboration of the different sectors involved in Galactica Project, we have developed several activities. One of them are the webinars. We have organized 10 webinars. Today is the 6th one, and we will conclude them at the end of April. All of them are related to technical and non-technical aspects, and we hope that they can help all the possible participants in our proposals and all the stakeholders interested to widen the knowledge about these sectors. One of the most important aspects of Galactica Project are the 2 calls for proposals for the different instruments we have prepared. The first call of proposal has been launched in March and will be open till middle May, and we hope to develop near 40 projects as in the pioneer acceleration. This instrument With this instrument, we can apply single companies, but we will like to promote also cross-sectoral collaboration in this pioneer acceleration. The idea is to build a prototype in form of minimum value viable product, and the duration of this project is of 4 months, and we hope to fund near 20 projects in our first call. The other instrument is the orbital project. Here it's mandatory to be at minimum 2 companies or 2 SMEs, and the funding will arrive up to 100,000 euros per proposal. The duration of it is till a 6-month project, and we hope to fund 8 projects. All the information about the call for proposal is available in our project website. Another interesting aspect is the Galactica community platform. This platform will be open for the full project lifetime, and there you can establish B2B meetings for further collaborations, meet other stakeholders, discover new products, get information, and also it's a repository of previous webinars. If you couldn't participate in or see the previous webinars, you can register and you can see again the webinars we have already achieved in our project. An interesting webinar will be the next one. I would like to highlight the relevance of it, because for the participants in the call for proposals, they have to upload a video pitch, and next webinar will provide tips and tricks to prepare it. It will be held next week. And now, without more delay, I will introduce our speaker of today, Mr. Fernando Conesa. Fernando is the director of the Technology Transfer Office of the Universitat Politécnica of Valencia, UPV. His background is in food engineering and has a PhD in innovation systems. After a short period as a food technology researcher, he has developed most of his professional career as a knowledge transfer manager at UPV. He has led the leverage of UPV technology portfolio, the promotion and participation of UPV researchers in European and other R&D programs, and the supporting services for contract and collaborative research. He has participated at several national and European projects concerning knowledge transfer activities as Value, NACON, and Proton. And he is a regular speaker at conferences and courses on the subject. He has been advisor to tech transfer offices in Argentina, Mexico, and Colombia. And now, with more delay, I'll give the floor to Fernando Conesa.
Hello, good morning to everyone, and thank you very much, Julia, for your presentation. Thank you for inviting me to be here and to share with you one of our experiences related with open innovation. In fact, I'm sharing my screen, if I can.
Yes, one moment. I close my screen. Now you can open your presentation, Fernando.
Okay, here it is. Can you see it?
Yes, can you put in a full screen, please?
Yes. Is it okay
Perfect.
now?
Yes, perfect. Go ahead, Fernando.
Okay. This experience I was mentioning is called Innotransfer. Innotransfer is a project, a regional project, and it builds a regional initiative to connect researchers and companies with the help of their interface units. I will explain it right now. Innotransfer is a project sponsored by the Agencia Valenciana de Innovación, which is the innovation regional agency of the regional government, Valencian regional government, and it is coordinated by the 5 science parks in the region. These science parks are attached to public universities, 2 of them in Valencia town, 1 in Alicante, 1 in Elche, and 1 in Castellón. All of them form the network of science park of the Valencian universities, which is RE-PCV. And that means the 5 public universities, which are around 70% of the research production in the region. So it is the main resource for research and development in the Valencia region. What is the idea behind Innotransfer? Well, we see relationship as an innovation asset, of course it is. And it is based on the relationship between business association, managers at business associations, and managers at TTO science parks. Through this relationship, companies can be put into contact with researchers. And by doing that, connections and relationships, direct relationships between researchers and companies are built. Well, this is a very simple idea, but it has the advantage that companies which are organized or connected with business associations, these business associations can reach the companies and in their environment. And likewise, the tech transfer officers and the science park officers have their environment in the university researchers, and they can contact and reach easily the university researchers. So by doing this, we have more connections between the universities, the researchers at universities, and the innovators in the companies. If we do this not only with one association, but with many of them, then we have a network of relationships between all of the managers in science parks and business associations, and by doing so, we can connect a lot of companies with a lot of researchers. So we have done that in different sectors, in sustainable mobility sector, in agriculture and food sector, in the health sector, in the habitat sector, and also with key enabling technologies, which is more horizontal. And Innotransfer is the connection of all these sectors through their interface units, which are the business associations and the science parks and TTOs. So by doing that, we have innovation managers doing this relationship and collecting challenges and from business and offering solutions from researchers, and by doing that, building face-to-face meetings between business and researchers. So it is a network, a connecting network based with the different interface units. Who are these interface units? I mentioned the 5 science parks in the region, which co-organize the whole project. Also, the National Research Council at Comunidad Valenciana, which is the main national research body with several research centers in the region. Also, the technology centers with their network, Reddit. In the Valencian community, this is a network of technology centers sponsored by business, by the industry. The startups associations, we find them that they can also provide solutions to challenges of the industry. And then some business associations like Kimakova, which is in the chemicals business, Valmetal, metal mechanics, Ateval, which is hosting this meeting today, Fedakova for the food and drink business sector, FECOAG, which is the agricultural cooperatives in the region, and also some, these are sectors and also some territorial business associations like FAES for the Safor County, Innoval for Val de Albaida, and ASECAM for Camp de Morvedre, which is another county in the Valencian region. So all of them participate in the Innotransfer project. Which are the processes of this project? We organize webinars, thematic webinars for each field of activity, where overall perspective, overall insights of the challenges in that business sector are presented. And by doing that, we try to raise awareness of the interest of creating more connections between companies and researchers. And we use these webinars as kickoff of the challenge and solutions campaign, which is the important part of the Innotransfer process. After collecting those challenges or solutions, these interface units participating in the process do the matching of business and researcher, and by connecting between us, among us, we do this matching. We organize face-to-face meetings, and we do the follow-up searching project preparations with collaborations of the business sector and the research groups. So it is a typical open innovation process, but involving at regional level the different intermediate bodies that we have at the region. There are 2 main roles. One is the innovation manager, both at business associations or at science park or tech transfer offices. And then the innovators, which could be both the industry researcher or the academic researcher or the technologist in the technology centers. What do Innotransfer managers do? Well, we organize webinars, as I mentioned before, and disseminate the webinars in our environment. So, for example, Ateval disseminates webinars among the textile companies in the region, and we as a university or science park disseminate the webinar among university researchers. So we also promote challenges by scouting and preparing and wording the expression of interests of these challenges. We do the scouting for solutions to these challenges, and even we get involved with the researchers in wording the solution or in a solution idea, because it's not a full proposal or a full project, but just an idea of the solution. And then we organize the matchmaking process of business and the researcher, and monitor and assist in the project preparation, and of course reporting the KPIs, the performance indicators of the activity. On the side of the innovators at research centers and innovators at companies, what do they do? Well, they participate in the webinars, they draft challenges, and in those challenges they require a specific profile of a researcher, of competencies to tackle that challenge. In many cases, the managers, the Innotransfer managers, assist the innovators in doing so. They also draft solutions, usually from the research center side. They draft solutions on offering collaboration to a specific challenge, and of course participate in the face-to-face meetings and develop a proposal with the companies in a joint way. What do we have for all that? Well, we have for public access, we have of course a website informing the webinars, but also listing all the challenges. So all the challenges collected are posted in the website, so that other actors in the region can get know of them and ask for collaborations. Of course, the website has a challenge entry form with identification, a title of the challenge, a description, and the collaboration profile requested. And on that challenge, when it is published at the website, there is a reply key, a reply button, by which a solution entry form is open, and a title and the solution idea and references of the people that are proposing the solution is also drafted. This is for public access, and then for managers, Innotransfer managers, we have an internal platform, a Teams platform for collaborative work with the workspace, chat, and so forth, and a database with challenges and a database for the matching process monitoring. Concerning the webinars, they are sector-oriented. For example, in mobility, in health, in agri-food, we have in a couple of weeks one for valorization of food industry waste, for example. These webinars are addressed to company directors and to company researchers. We usually have an inspiration keynote speech, and then insights from the European Union concerning that business sector and the topics of interest in the European programs. For example, in Horizon 2020 or now Horizon Europe. And also we have an input with the regional perspective of innovation in that business sectors, also with the main topics in the region for that sector. And of course, we present the whole Innotransfer scheme, the process of challenges and solutions. Well, we think that Innotransfer has benefits both for the interface units, because the project helped develop our mission in the innovation activity. It helped us also maximize matching opportunities, and by or through Innotransfer project, we get involved in regional networks as well. For companies, of course, they take advantage of all local research capacity and develop collaboration with other actors in the innovation systems, which is quite normal and of interest for the companies. And for the researchers, of course, Innotransfer contribute to the third mission of the universities, I mean the tech transfer or the knowledge transfer of the universities, and also orientate and focus research and teaching activities so that their research lines can be easily applied to what the economy requests. So by doing this, what we finally have is a way by which with only one shot by, for example, a company requesting collaboration for its challenge, an innovation challenge the company has, all the universities and knowledge center of the region can be reached. And this company may find one more or more solutions to the challenge. So we think that this is may have an important impact, and well, Innotransfer is being a network on the program. It was set up recently, last year, in October last year. We raised around 100 challenges in our first edition in 2020. Now we are preparing 2021 Innotransfer campaigns, and more business associations are being involved. So we have requests from other business associations and intermediaries that can participate or to participate in the whole process. All this is built on trust among the innovation managers, both from business associations and from the academic side in their science parks and tech transfer offices. It's built on competition. Of course, we compete when a company presents a challenge. The there is competition between the different academic units and knowledge centers, but it is also cooperation. So it's the third value of the Innotransfer project. So thank you very much for your attention, and I am open to all the questions you have around this Innotransfer project.
Thank you very much, Fernando, for this interesting project. I know it's related to our region, but maybe can be interesting also for other participants. I can't see any question in the chat, but maybe you can answer. You have said that last year you have near 100 challenges. Can you tell us most of them are already implemented or have really a success?
Well, what we have seen is that this takes a lot of time. So from these challenges, many of them have had solutions and meetings between the researchers and the companies. But I have to say that this takes time. First meetings can be followed by another ones, but we don't find easily that, for example, in 3, 4, 6 months, we have a project. That takes longer, I have to say. And some of the challenges remain without being matched at this moment. Some of the challenges are posted by the researchers themselves because they think they propose solutions to companies and they want to implement those solutions in the industries. So we find that the process takes time, and well, we'll see. We have developed that at a more reduced level between universities and hospitals for the health sector, and it has been very fruitful and very successful. So we thought that we could extend this idea of cooperation between innovation managers as a tool to connect researchers on the both sides. We thought that we could implement this at the regional level and with the traditional business sectors. But we know that this takes time. With hospitals, it took a few years to introduce this way of working, but it has been really successful. Many research projects and collaboration projects have been set up, patents and new companies, new technology-based companies have been created out of this. So my impression is that it will take some years to build, but I think it's a good way to have a network in place for connecting researchers and local companies. I think this is useful at regional level. Perhaps national level is too large for this, but at regional level, I think we have a good solution.
Thanks, Fernando. We have a question in the chat of Cristina Molina. She's asking, what is the profile of the managers you were mentioned? Are they researchers?
No, they are not researchers normally. They may have a research background in some cases, but research managers on the side of the business associations are people closely connected with the companies, with the confidence of the companies, with the trust of the companies, and are people who can really identify an innovation challenge for the company and build to word it, to draft it. In the academic side, the innovation managers are also people that closely knows the researchers and what they do, and have an application mindset, so that can propose applications to the research activity, and a way to communicate these research capacities, or the research capacities they can do. So to some extent, they have to know about the technology of the researchers. The innovation managers at the business association have to know about the companies and the sector, of course, but they are not specifically researchers.
Okay, thanks, Fernando. Another question, you have explained, as for example, Ateval has participated as one of the clusters. We have put in contact the technological park with companies, but one individual company can participate in the Innotransfer, or it has to contact his cluster or the sectoral association to participate in it.
No, an individual company can directly post a challenge. It can, and an individual company can also respond to a challenge, for example. So they don't need always this kind of innovation managers to participate in the process, but they will be assisted by an innovation manager, or they can be assisted by an innovation manager to do the matchmaking.
Of course, but I'm sure most of our companies don't know this kind of service, and the possibility they have to transfer technology among technological centers and their own company. I think we have to we have a hard work promoting it to arrive to all of our companies here in our region. Are you going to start this year with a new promoting campaign?
Yes, we will have our kickoff in May, the 12th of May. In fact, we will develop some, or we will organize some webinars this month in the field of agri-food industry, because there are some challenges that remain unattended, and we want to promote them. So, but the kickoff with all the participants will take place next month. Yes, and that means we will open the campaign for new challenges and solutions in May.
Okay, thanks. I think there's no more questions in the chat. If you like to ask some questions to Fernando. If you don't have any questions, I think we can conclude here this webinar. And I would like to thank so much Fernando for this interesting project and experience developed here, and also to all the attendants to joining us today in this webinar. And I hope you can see again and join us in next webinar that will be held on 14 April. See you in next week. Thanks all.
Thanks to you.
Bye.